The National Construction Summit, the International Construction Summit has been ongoing in Mombasa, and a number of issues that have come up in that particular summit include sustainable construction. Remember that construction is quite a contributor in terms of emissions in the country. And now let's just get that story that the 5th International Construction Research Conference and Exhibition came to a close today with calls to embrace sustainable practices. The 3-day meeting agreed to enhance the use of environmentally friendly materials to reduce the greenhouse gases. The National Construction Authority Executive Director, who is Maurice Aketch, says there is need to bridge the gender gap in the industry, which is highly dominated by men. O'Brien Kimani attended the conference and gives us the highlights of the meeting.
The construction industry is an important cog in Kenya's socio-economic sector. The industry is valued at more than 2 trillion shillings, with experts saying it will reach the 10 trillion mark by the end of 2035.
Whatever you do, it's good to understand that you need to think about the end and the user in mind, and that means all stakeholders must be brought on board at the beginning so that they are all
Speakers attending the 5th International Construction Research and Conference in Mombasa are calling for the government to work with the private sector to entrench green practices. Already, the government has enacted the National Building Code 2024 that calls for the sector players to embrace new construction technologies that are sustainable. The National Construction Authority Executive Director Maurice Aketch says the authority will embark on a national sensitization campaign to enlighten the public on the importance of adhering to the new code.
We are going to onboard the lessons we have learned in the last 3 days, and also the resolutions that were already packaged and shared with the stakeholders and the industry, so that in the next one we'll be discussing the implementation on the action points of what we have agreed.
The new regulation also mandates contractors to leave space for broadband infrastructure and green spaces. The meeting has also resolved to encourage the use of smart contracting and artificial intelligence to enhance efficiency.
The National Building Code 2024 Implementation Strategy and Blue Economy and Maritime Structures forms a strategic discussion agenda in this conference.
The ICORCE meeting have been held since 2015, with the 6th edition slated for September 2026. The conference is organized by the National Construction Authority and the State Department for Public Works.
The construction industry is one of the biggest emitters of greenhouse gases in the world, accounting for almost 40% of all greenhouse gases emitted every year. Now, there are growing calls to make this industry more environmentally sustainable by embracing green practices. For Channel 1 Business, I'm O'Brien Kimani from the Coast region.
Killer sign out by O'Brien Kimani there, coming to us from Mombasa. And that is the end of business news this evening. We are keeping it easy. Sports news is coming up with Daniel Wahome. My name is Betty Kiptum. Good night.